There on the field, the pride of the Southland band crisply marches into the Giant T. The rear, the roar of 97,000 fans rises with each rhythmic step. In the background, George Beatsis is singing "Fight, Balls, Fight." The orange and white Shakers flood the air. The Volunteers are ready at the north end of the football field to burst through the gate. They're coming now, racing onto the field through the Giant T. In that magic moment that says, wherever you are, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. It is Kentucky week. Big game coming up for Josh Heupel in this football program on Saturday. And look, I know, I get it. We are Kentucky's daddy. That's why we sell a t-shirt that says Kentucky's daddy. We have owned Kentucky in this rivalry. 82-26 overall, 82-26-9 overall. And if you got to go back to 1985, Kentucky's beat Tennessee 3 times since 1985. This rivalry has kind of been one-sided, but look, Kentucky, this is their Super Bowl every single year. And, you know, you look at the recent history. 2017, the win 29-26 in Kentucky. 2020, they beat Cornbread 34-7. Tennessee has been through it, man. The coaching carousel, guys coming in, guys coming out. We finally have our ball coach. Tennessee favored by 12.5. The ESPN FPI has Tennessee at an 82% chance of winning this game, but it is still a big rivalry, and a lot of people don't realize this rivalry. I think it's the third longest rivalry in the SEC, and there's a certain tradition that these two teams used to do. They used to exchange a particular trophy. And for my generation, you know, we're the video game generation, right? And we look back to the EA Sports, the NCAA football game. One of the coolest things was the exchanging of rivalry trophies. Danny White has done some great things at the University of Tennessee. Obviously, everything starts with football. When football's heading in the right direction, when you make the right hire in Josh Heupel, that goes a long way. But he also has his finger on the pulse. He's very aware. You know, he's a guy that stays true to tradition, but he talks about being innovative. He's a guy that gets it. And, you know, we've seen that with the letters. When Jason Swain said, hey, we got to bring back the letters, what does Danny White do? He researches it and brings back the letters. The dark mode uniforms, the smoky grays, he understands what this fan base wants. Playing Dixieland Delight after Tennessee beat Alabama, he is paying attention. Danny White, I'm asking, it's time to bring back the beer barrel. Let's take a look at some pictures here for those of you who aren't aware of the beer barrel. Then we're going to kind of get into the history of it just a little bit. There you can see Peyton Manning hoisting the trophy. We're going to talk about it, but as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. For the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. It's Tuesday. You know what that means. We're going to be going live tonight. Late night Talkin VAWLS, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's the fan call-in show. That's where you get to come on and drive the show if you're a member of the channel. So looking forward to that. Hope to see you guys in the chat tonight. What I want to do is take a look and talk a little bit about what the beer barrel is, what it was, what it meant. And this is from an article on Saturday Down South. Really good stuff. It's from 7 years ago, but it lays out what this rivalry and what the beer barrel was all about. I showed you guys some pictures there. But here is directly from the article. It says what most fans don't realize: Kentucky-Tennessee rivalry was once one of the most prominent rivalries in the nation. And for the fans of both teams, it's still one of the most highly anticipated games of each season. Now, this is, look at the Tennessee-Florida rivalry, right? It's kind of been one-sided. Tennessee-Alabama, kind of one-sided. And a lot of people say college football is a lot more fun when Tennessee is back and Tennessee is competing. Now, with the Kentucky rivalry, it's kind of the flip side. Tennessee has dominated recently. Again, I said going back to 1985, Kentucky's only won 3 games throughout that time period. But it is still a big-time rivalry. It says the two teams now play for nothing more than bragging rights, which can still mean a lot in the internet age, when a 173-mile gap can be closed in an instant, making cross-state trash talk much more invigorating. Here's where it talks about the beer barrel. It says for more than 70 years, the two teams used to literally play for beer. Well, they played for a beer barrel, one of the most unique trophies ever tied to a rivalry game. Says the beer barrel was introduced after the 1925 showdown between the Cats and VAWLS by a group of Kentucky students looking to signify UK's superiority to its rivalry. It was rolled onto the field after Kentucky defeated Tennessee for the second year in a row, and painted over the blue-colored exterior were the words "Ice Water," a flat-out, albeit necessary, lie during the Prohibition era. Goes on to say from that point on, the barrel was immortalized as the trophy between the two rivals. One side left blue, the other was painted orange to represent Tennessee. Didn't always read Ice Water, but it always represented a massive container of beer. In its 77-year history, the barrel played a role in quite a few devious plans involving students from both schools, even a third party in the SEC. In 1953, the barrel was stolen by Tennessee students, even though Kentucky had won that year's game, entitling Kentucky to store the barrel on its campus for a year. In an effort to retaliate and earn the barrel back, UK students dognapped Smokey, Tennessee's longtime mascot. Eventually, two sides traded back what was rightfully theirs. It's funny to read these old stories. In 1960, it says Vanderbilt actually stole the barrel off of Kentucky's campus. I mean, it's like we live in such a different time period. And, you know, when they're stealing the barrel and the rivalry, but it's part of history. It's neat to read that and understand. So what happened to the beer barrel? And again, I've shown the pictures of the trophies. One of the most infamous pictures is Peyton Manning hoisting the trophy over his head. What actually happened to the beer barrel? Why is this not a thing anymore? Why is it not the battle for the beer barrel anymore? Well, the article here, again, this is from Saturday Down South, said eventually the barrel had to be retired when two Kentucky football players died in an alcohol-induced car crash the week leading up to the 1998 showdown between the Wildcats and the Volunteers. The Kentucky athletic director deemed that an alcohol container, especially one of that size, to be inappropriate trophy considering the circumstances. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with that because of the circumstances the week leading up to the game, but there is a difference between alcohol and driving drunk. Those are two completely different things and issues. So I think it's time. It's time to bring back the beer barrel. Now this article wraps up. It says the whereabouts of the barrel are unknown. But check this out. And I know we all hate Brian Niedermeyer, but this was a tweet that Brian Niedermeyer put out while he was still a coach at the University of Tennessee to kind of troll the Wildcats leading up to the game. So boom, you can see it right there. There is the beer barrel. Brian Niedermeyer in his office tweets that out. So Tennessee is in possession of the beer barrel. Danny White, we have the beer barrel. It's time to make it happen. Bring back the beer barrel for Tennessee, Kentucky, Saturday night, dark mode. Hopefully we black out the stadium. It's time to bring back the beer barrel. What do you guys think? Do you guys remember the beer barrel, or are some of you guys too young? Are you too young to remember that? You know, a lot of you guys in the chat didn't even experience the national championship in 1998, and that's how far back you have to go for the beer barrel rivalry. But leave me your thoughts. Let me know. I think it's time, man. I think you know, again, the circumstances leading up to that game in 98 when they did away with it, I get it. A lot of people now use the argument of, hey, we sell beer in the stadium now. We sell beer in the stadium. So I don't think there's any reason why we can't get back to the battle for the beer barrel. But hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Dear Danny White, it's time. It's time. Let's tag him up on Twitter. Let's ask him to bring back that beer barrel. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. You can go to bonfire.com/store/TalkinVaws. Any and all sport greatly appreciated. And hey, it's Kentucky's week. Go pick up that Kentucky's Daddy t-shirt. Wear it with pride, because we don't just beat Kentucky, we own Kentucky. But all the old favorites are there as well. Go get the scoreboard shirt. After the Tennessee win over Alabama, a lot of momentum in and around this program right now, and a huge opportunity to take that next step on Saturday against Kentucky. You know, I really see this being maybe the biggest game left on the schedule. I know we've got Georgia around the corner, but you go beat Kentucky on Saturday, I think this football team is really staring 11-1 in the face, if not 12-0. Let's just go win them all, 12-0. But if you get by Kentucky, you are really staring down 11-1 in year two of the Josh Heupel era. The sky's the limit for this football program right now. We've got our coach. We have got our coach. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the last 5 games of this season. But that's going to do it for this one. Hope to see you guys tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for Late Night Talkin' VAWLS, the fan call-in show. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.